Welcome back, guys, to our playthrough of Pokemon Crystal. Here we are now inside the Ilex Forest. Ilex, whatever. We're going to pop our repel to get through this. So we've already been here. We got the HM for cut, and we've now got the badge needed to use it outside of battle, so we can skip through all this. There's only one thing in here that I really want, and that is the TM for Headbutt. Also, too, we can come back and we can actually get Celebi from this, but that's a whole other conversation for another time, but we are going to look into that later on. For now, though, you'll notice that I actually moved things around and I got myself an Oddish, so I'm stoked on that. Oddish on the team is going to be okay, considering it's going to be used for a for cuts and maybe some HM stuff, but also as a temporary grass type until I can figure out what we're going to do for fitting in that that slot for other members of the team. That guy's the one who has Headbutt, so we're going to go talk to him. Ideally, what I want is a flying type on the team and Houndour. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Not in this episode necessarily, but it is something that's coming up. Let's go ahead and grab this TM. I knew Repel wasn't going to last very long. I did capture the Oddish here in the Ilex Forest. Ilex Forest, I don't know how it's pronounced, but it's on the team now, so. We are going to run from these battles. I don't really need to do anything with that for now. Poliwag is pretty close to evolving. Poliwhirl is right around the corner at 25, and then we're going to use a Water Stone to evolve it right away. Talk to this guy. What am I doing? I'm shaking trees using Headbutt. It's fun. Here, you try it too. Thanks, man. I also want to get out of the forest really quickly because, man, this is just like, I can't stand the music in here. Battle trees with Headbutt. Sometimes sleeping Pokemon fall out. Heracross is the only one I really want that's in the trees. I also like how we've been able to walk through the forest pretty quickly without running into any Pokemon. It's not the same. It's like the encounters are a lot fewer and far between than compared to, say, tall grass, of course. I don't really care for Paris either. We do have one other main thing that we're going to be doing in this episode of the playthrough, and that is getting the odd egg from the daycare couple. Oh, don't sneak up on me like that. You frightened a Pokemon away. The odd egg from the daycare couple, which we'll be looking at here shortly, is very unique. It's not like the mystery egg that Mr. Pokemon gives you. It's similar, but not quite. So the mystery egg that you get from Mr. Pokemon has Togepi that comes out of it with the standard shiny odds, right? So it's like 1 in a few thousand or whatever. The odd egg, though, is very special in that it is one of the other several baby Pokemon that you can get without being Togepi. It's everything else. Magby, Elekid, Smoochum, Tyro, Cleffa, Pichu, and Igglybuff, so 7 of them. It's one of those. And it has a 14% chance of being shiny. Actually, I don't know where you get a Pikachu, but if it can be a Pichu, that would be really dope. Because I'm going to have a shiny Pikachu on the team, or a Pichu shiny on the team for a little bit, and then evolve it into a Raichu. But Jolteon is ultimately what I'm going for, which we'll have to worry about a little bit later. There's some big plans coming up for the team here, and once we get through the forest, we'll be on Route 34. You can catch Ditto there, I believe. So breeding is really great for that. I'm glad. I'm noticing a lot of interactions with Pokemon teammates, or team members, specifically Poliwag, where Hypnosis doesn't affect a lot of the Pokemon he's trying to hit, and status moves against him are also not affecting him. It's really weird. I hadn't seen that Pokemon before. So anyway, we're going to be looking to get a new member of the team here soon. And once we get to Goldenrod and deal with the daycare, we're going to do that, because I'm going to trade over some Pokemon from Pokemon Gold. And once they come over here, I'm going to breed them, get the eggs, and then give it to Marcy here, so Marcy can be the original trainer. This is where I do my training. Because I used to do that all the time, is when I wanted, like, when I was playing certain versions and I got far enough, I would trade over Pokemon to the generation I was playing, right when I got to the daycare couple. So in this case, I beat Pokemon Gold. We have a bunch of great Pokemon there, and now that we're in Pokemon Crystal and we get to the daycare couple, we can trade over eggs directly if you wanted to do that. I used to do that a lot. Trade eggs over, so that way they would hatch to being the original trainer on this side. Therefore, they would listen to you in battle, which is very useful. But I'm obviously not going to do it that way. I'm going to trade over the Pokemon, get the egg here, and then do the same thing. Hatch the egg, and then get the egg to Marcy, so she's the original trainer. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how we're going to go about the final team. I think Blossom would be really cool to have on the team. That was a Pokemon I always wanted to have. So if we can do Poliwag to Poliwhirl to Poliwrath, Phanpy to Donphin, Ghastly to Haunter to Gengar, Slowking for now until maybe that changes, Oddish to Gloom, and then Sunstone to Blossom, and then Houndour to Houndoom would be really great. The only thing that's holding me back on that being the final team is that I need a flying type. I do think, I mean, we've already talked about this a little bit, but Poliwrath is going to be a final, Gengar is going to be a final, and I think Donphin is going to be a final. I think Blossom would be a fun one to have, but I need to have a flying member of the team, and Skarmory is one I was looking at, but I think it's only available Route 45, so that'll be a while before I can get there. But I'm not too worried about that. That's totally acceptable. And then we can get a Dratini later, evolve it into Dragonair, and then it's going to take forever to get the Dragonite. But at least then Dragonite will be a flying dragon type that we can have, and that'll be really great. In place of Skarmory, so we can have Dragon Power and have flying type, which might be what I want to do when I finally get to Red, because Red is going to be very difficult. I just got my Pokemon back from daycare. Let's see how much stronger it got. Now, when we get to the daycare center and you get the odd egg, and we're gonna farm for the shiny. I'm going to get a shiny on that. I don't know what Pokemon. I don't care which one. Actually, I do. I hope it's not Igglybuff or Cleffa. Any other Pokemon and Smoochum. Yeah, there's a 50% chance that I'm gonna get a Pokemon that I don't want. Well, it's about 40%. I didn't actually do the math. I'm just throwing numbers out, but that's basically it. I don't want Smoochum because I don't care about Jinx, and Smoochum is also like hardly noticeable. Elekid's not very noticeable, but I'd be fine with it. Magby's not very noticeable. I'd be fine with it. Pichu is definitely not noticeable. Pikachu is kind of noticeable, and then Raichu's is somewhat noticeable. Really, I think Tyrogue would be the coolest one, but it's not gonna. Whoever I hatch is not gonna be on the team permanently. It's gonna take a little while to hatch it, though. That's the problem. Pokemon Brandon. Got the money. All right, let's go ahead and head back up. I think there's still another trainer or two. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey. We'll do him, and then we'll do her. Yep. Heard it as soon as I said it. I'm the best in my class at Pokemon. You'll recall when I ended the last episode of the playthrough and we had Totodile on the team, and I had Totodile on the team only because it learned Cut. I decided I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to have 3 water type on the team, and I wasn't going to use Totodile in battle. So I was like, you know what? Let's take a look and see what we can do with Oddish. So it took a while to catch an Oddish. I was struggling really hard to catch it because I don't have anything low enough level to do damage. So I had to just like put it to sleep and throw balls at it. Eventually I got it with a Great Ball, as you can see with the decal down below. But I'm happy with having Oddish on the team. It's got some decent stats. It's a reasonable member to have since I don't have any grass types. And then obviously I taught it Cut, so that'll be helpful too. Once Poliwag evolves into Poliwhirl, I'm going to immediately evolve it into Poliwrath, and then I need to focus on Ghastly. I just don't like having so many Gen 1 Pokemon. Oh, we're gonna take her on. Drowsy. Never really thought about having Hypno on the team, but I'm fine without that. I kind of have to get over the idea. Are you a trainer? Let's have a practice battle. I kind of have to get over the idea of not having that many Gen 1 Pokemon because a lot of Gen 2 greats are actually shoved into the end game over in Kanto. So I don't really have a lot of opportunity to, you know, get all the Gen 2s that I want. Nice. That's my boy, coming in with a triple slap. Yeah, even though we have major level advantage, that thing could have really hurt us. Actually, I don't know if it could have. It didn't really have any grass type moves that would have done a lot of damage. It learns tackle at what, level 13 or something like that? 10 maybe? 10, 13, 15, one of those. Yeah. So actually, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, once we get Poliwrath, it's going to be a fun time. Oh, I don't need to get that out. Okay, Bulbasaur can be problematic here. What level is he at? 12? Yeah. Since I've been, like, trying to move over, like, import, like, elemental stones and other useful evolutionary items. Oh, wow, that sucks. This is not going to work very well. I was thinking about moving over TMs as well. Like, really just stacking out the team with something good right away. Because I want to get... I'll have to take a look at... Does Flamethrower have a TM? If so, I might have to go hunt that down. I'll have to look into it. And then just move all those over. That'd be awesome. Because, like, all the best moves are locked behind the end game, and I just don't want to deal with that. That's so annoying to me. We still got this guy. Who goes there? What are you up to? That's right, the officers do not, like, battle you unless you talk to them, which is kind of a cool little thing. And they only battle you at night. Officer Keith wants to battle. Growlithe looks really good. I love that sprite a lot, but I might catch one until we can do Houndour. Well, no, because I told myself we would get Houndour once we get to Goldenrod. So I'm in a position now where I can get Houndour in probably the next episode. You're a tough little kid. All right, cool. Let's get the odd egg. Now, when you do this, when you're looking to get the egg, you gotta save it first. Already save file? Actually, hold on. We're gonna do two things. So I'm gonna save it just in case I screw things up. But just for the sake of time, this is what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna talk to them yet because I don't want to get the egg just yet. We're gonna go up to Goldenrod and get the bike first. Oh, wow, he's got a really long view. I'm confident in my ability to raise Pokemon. Want to see? We're gonna go into Goldenrod. We're gonna get the bike, and then we're gonna come back down here and save it. Then, so that way I don't have to keep on doing that over and over again. Ah, crap. Let's go ahead and throw Oddish out for this one. Ah, you know what? I wanted a fire and an electric and a flying type, so yeah. We'll have to figure out what we're gonna do. I think the part that's gonna be the most frustrating is like Slowking, for example. I just don't... He doesn't learn any good moves in the psychic area, so he's kind of useless. Now that I think about it, I might get rid of Slowking and then get an Eevee, and then get Jolteon for it. So what we might do... Ah, you got rid of my cut. Dirtbag. I'll get the Eevee. And I'll probably bring it to the daycare team, or daycare couple rather, and then get the lower level one, evolve it, and then level it up. So that way it can learn some decent moves. I don't know why I'm doing the same thing for this, but whatever. I'll just do Absorb. It's a little bit of damage. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll get the Eevee from Bill. Yep. Nice. Well done, Oddish. We'll get the Eevee from Bill. Get the eggs out of it. And then I might do the clone method for it, so that way I can get a whole bunch of them. And then I can get all the Eevee evolutions if I wanted to. I don't want 2 Eevee evolutions, though. So I have to be careful about that. I never like having 2. I love the Eevee evolutions, but I think having 2 is just too much. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like eating your favorite food every single day for every meal. It gets tiresome. Because I would get rid of Slowking for an Espeon, but I don't want to do that. And I could get, like, rid of Slowking for Abra. You know what I mean? It's just like, there's a lot of options, but I'm going to overwhelm myself with Gen 1 Pokemon. And I don't want to go too far. I do want to diversify the team a little bit. All right, let's get the bicycle. So, I moved here, but I can't sell my bicycles. Why is that? Could you ride a bicycle and advertise for me? Heck yeah. Really? Give me your name and phone number, and I'll loan you a bicycle. Cool. All right. My bicycles are first rate. You can ride them anywhere. Okay, let's go ahead. You can ride them anywhere. No, apparently not. See, I don't like how it's Oak. It should be Elm. Oak should not be talking to me. Like, I barely know you, dude. You're not my mentor. Elm is my mentor. We're not friends, okay? Barely know you. All right, let's go ahead and save right here because he's the one who gives us the egg. And then we're just gonna hang out and see if we can get that egg to be shiny. Okay, save that. I'm the daycare man. Do you know about eggs? I was raising Pokemon with my wife, you see. We were shocked to find an egg. How incredible is that? Well, wouldn't you like this egg? Then fine, this is yours to keep. Okay, so we got the odd egg. I found that when I was caring for someone's Pokemon before, but the trainer didn't want the egg, so I kept it around. All right, this is gonna take a little while. Actually, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just like do the thing, and then, all right. Yeah, I'll ride around and then I'll see you guys in a minute. I'm not in the mood to fill it with dead air and nonsense conversation. So, all right, I'll see you as soon as it's hatched. All right, what do we got in this one here? Magby. He's really cool. That's a cool animation too, actually, with that little fire. I think I want a shiny Magby the most. This isn't a shiny one though. So I've done this maybe 12 times now, and I got one shiny, which was a Smoochum. And I knew it was shiny, not because of the animation, because it doesn't give you a sparkle animation for it. But I got a standard Smoochum, and I wasn't sure if it was shiny. I looked at it, it didn't have the shiny sparkle. And then like 2 egg hatches later, the color palette was different enough to where I was like, okay, that's a shiny one, but I didn't want Smoochum. This Magby looks rad though. I love that animation. That's a really cool design. I would like to get that as a shiny if possible. I think I'd want a Magby the most, then Tyrogue, then Pichu. But I've done this quite a bit. I'm going to keep going. Not until I get a Magby, but just until I get one of the 3 that I want. If I get a Tyrogue, Pichu, or Magby, I'll be happy. If it's any of the others, I'm going to keep resetting until otherwise. So, going to keep going. Alright, what do we got now? Dang. Shiny Cleffa. Alright, well, I've done this about 20 some odd times now. I'm fine with it. We'll just go ahead and keep the shiny Cleffa. That's okay. It's not what I wanted. I don't know. I think I wanted Smoochum the least, then Igglybuff, then Cleffa. But that's fine. I really wanted a shiny Magby, and it's easy to farm for this, so if you want to go at it, you can. The thing is, though, is like regardless of whatever Pokemon I got out of it, I wasn't going to put it on the team. So I'm not worried about, like, you know, getting the one I really want that much. It just would have been a nice novelty. But yeah, there you go. It took me, the first shiny I got was, I don't know, it was within the first 10 times. And this one I think was probably around 21, 22 times. It's not hard. It's a 14% chance, so do the math. And then if you just don't like the one you want, just hang out and keep doing it. Soft reset, soft reset, soft reset. It's not that bad. It does suck with having to like hatch the egg all the time and running around, but like I'm over it. Like it just takes too long, and I just don't want to be bothered going after all that again. But it is, I don't know, it's definitely worth it. If you want to get a shiny for your team or whatever. But anyway, I've got a lot of things I'm going to be working on in the next episode of the playthrough, so we'll wrap it up right here. Thank you guys for watching. We'll continue right where we left off. After I do a little bit of a tweaking and building up my team, I need to move over Houndour and some other things like that. And then we'll continue on with the Goldenrod stuff. I really want to get a fire type on my team, and Houndour is that. So we'll worry about all that and more in the next episode. For now, though, if you enjoyed this one, you can show your love by hitting the like button. Do not forget to subscribe. Any feedback for me, leave in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Also, don't forget to take a look at the description box for some links that might be of interest to you, one of which is a link to the Marcanine community Discord server. If you want to be part of that group, you can chat with me directly. Otherwise, just know I appreciate you and your time, and I hope to see you when we continue with more of our playthrough of Pokemon Crystal. Alright guys, that's it for me. Take care, be well. I'll see you later.